Bianca Sammut, the Divisional Director for the Alton Towers Resort from 2023 to 2025. Her time saw the opening of the Cursed Alton Manor, Nemesis Reborn and Toxicator. However, it also saw incredibly bad ride availability and a certain thing that happened on the Toxicator opening day. So, what exactly was her legacy? Hello everybody, my name is Bobble Hat Boy and welcome to another Bobble Hat Boy video. In today's video, as stated in the intro, we are going to be talking about the previous Divisional Director or Vice President for the Alton Towers Resort from 2023 to 2025, Bianca Sammut, and what exactly her legacy was as she has now left the park. We'll begin this video by talking about 2023, because of course Bianca was appointed in November 2022, but her first season was the 2023 season. She joined from previous experiences in Yas Waterworld, Ferrari World in Abu Dhabi, and even held the position of the head of the Yas Island theme parks. She said she was very excited to be joining the Alton Towers Resort and the wider Merlin family. Everyone was very excited for her arrival. 2023 saw the opening and reopening of two dark rides. These, of course, being the Cursed Alton Manor and Nemesis Subterra. Now, we'll quickly talk about Nemesis Subterra because it was a very unlikely return, but it did return after many years being closed. The ride originally closed in 2015 following the Smiler accident in a way to cut costs at the park. However, in 2023, it was brought back, practically unchanged. However, there were a few changes here and there, such as the pre-show videos now gaining the new Nemesis track, and the Nemesis closing videos, and the finale was no longer a scare maze sort of thing, but rather just a walkway that you walk through and see some white walls. It's a good ride, not worth a more than half an hour queue. However, it's great that they brought it back to fill up some capacity whilst Nemesis was closed next door. Something else that has incredible capacity, however, is the Cursed Alton Manor that opened in the start of the 2023 season and had queues on the opening day all the way to Katanga Canyon's Pizza and Pasta, which isn't the last time that something under Bianca's reign will have a queue all the way to pizza and pasta. Now, the Cursed Alton Manor was the retheme of Jewel the Haunted House Strikes Back, stripping away the laser guns and creating a properly immersive story. This ride was open to rave reviews. Many people very much enjoyed it. However, there were some sections that people pointed out about being very dark, having nothing going on. That, of course, being the hide and seek scene that has just nothing at all. However, at Scarefest 2023, Bianca made a video with John Burton saying that they never think that a dark ride is done, and so they were adding new scenes for Scarefest and the beyond. That shows just how good the interaction was and the feedback that they took on after the Cursed Alton Manor's opening, that they wanted to add more things just to keep the ride fresh. And the Cursed Alton Manor is a great ride. The additions were very good, except for that silly projection after the mirror scene. If you know what I'm on about, you know what I'm on about. It looks terrible, and I do hope that one day they maybe change that. Those were the two dark rides that had a grand opening during the 2023 season, or of course, in the case of Nemesis Subterra, had a grand reopening with actors, including the people from the Nemesis marketing campaigns. Now, on to events. The two events I shall be discussing here are Scarefest and the Smilers Takeovers Festival of Thrills. So, first up we'll discuss Scarefest. This year was basically the same as previous years, however, featured a brand new scare zone known as Burial Grounds, and the redo of Altonville Mine Tours into Tiny's Revenge. Very minimal changes, I do believe. I've only done it as Tiny's Revenge, so I don't actually know what it was like beforehand, but I know it's pretty minimal changes throughout. The brand new thing for that year, however, was Daz Games Panic, which only lasted 2 years. An immersive experience, which was an escape room meets live action scare maze. You had to find symbols and get out of there before the timer ends. I don't know why you'd pay that much to want to get out really quickly, but hey. The next event we shall be discussing is the Smiler Takeover. This was a subsection of the Festival of Thrills event, which happened in 2022, which was sort of a celebration of all the rides, all the big roller coasters at the theme park. However, in 2023, they decided it'll be the Smiler Takeover, which was a celebration for the Smiler's 10th birthday. This included weird theming throughout the park, including this. What is going on there? I don't know. Also, the X Sector area of the park saw shows that looked like this. What is going on? This was a singing show where he was singing about entertaining people. I don't know what's going on. It was meant to keep you smiling. I think everyone who saw it cringed. As well, there was another stage in this area. How many stages do there need to be? There was the fear test, which introduces advocates to the Fear Laboratory, where a twisted scientist working for the Ministry of Joy challenges your fears for the ultimate test. Failure is not an option in this interactive show. You can see it here. What is going on? What was this event? What were Alton Towers creatives thinking when they created this event? Finally, though, there was Meet the Ministry, which you can see there's some contortionists and some magic going on, which is the only one that actually sounds alright. Supposedly all about the Marmalizer's twisted mind manipulations. Very quickly, I'm going to discuss the rebuild of Nemesis into Nemesis Reborn. Throughout Bianca's first year, 2023, we saw the brand new track come into place, come into the park. We discovered the brand new track colour would be black and red with a lovely veiny effect. We watched it all get repainted on the station, the lift hill get repainted, get its veins on the lift hill, and so much more. It was so fun to watch on the observation platform and of course make videos about. Something very good that Bianca did throughout her time was be very open with the public about what's going on at the park, constantly update everyone about what's going on, what's happened, seasonal events, everything to do with the park. She would constantly update people on. That was really good. Something else that was really good was the theming that she added. She added this lovely Jeep on the path between Gloomywood and Wickerman that goes right past the Congo River Rapids. It looks lovely. It didn't need to be there, but it's a good piece of theming. No theming needs to be there, but it being there makes everything so much nicer. Something else she was really good at was bringing in the lovely street theatre. She brought in the people around the Cursed Old Manor, like the grave diggers, that weird doll thing. She brought in loads around the Cursed Old Manor, and across the park she brought back Alton Bear, which was incredible to see. She brought in lots and lots of street theatre during the 2023 season. Ride availability in 2023 wasn't awful, which of course doesn't sound great, but comparing to what comes later on down the line, it was actually alright. Of course, Hex and the Skyride were closed for the entire year, which is never a good sign. However, apart from that, the ride downtime was not as bad as it will get in 2024, which you'll find out in part 2. Apart from that though, that is it for 2023 and Bianca's first year at the Alton Towers Resort. I hope you all did enjoy this video, and I'll see you in 2024's video very soon. And I'll see you all later. Goodbye!